to react to some of the top soccer headlines. And we have to start off with Bruce Arena. He is returning to MLS as he is hired by San Jose Earthquakes to be their sporting director and their manager. Arena, he has had experience managing these roles. He did this with LA Galaxy and the New England Revolution as well for a period. And yeah, Arena said, I think it's an interesting job. It's certainly going to be challenging. They were and they were very impressive, and they're committed to making this club better. When he was speaking about how he was impressed by the proposed level of commitment from John Fisher, the owner, and the rest of the front office. He said they were impressive and they're committed to making the club better. I think there's potential there to develop the club into a team that can certainly be better than they've demonstrated over the last couple of years. Tyrone Ming, um, no, we discussed that actually. Neymar, he is out 4 to 6 weeks. Again, just after returning, he suffered an injury in his second game back. He is expected to undergo 3 treatments and rehab that should last from 4 to 6 weeks after he suffered a hamstring injury. Ali Lal confirmed this on Wednesday, and also it has really intensified some speculation over Neymar's future with Al Hilal. Look, Al Hilal has spent a lot of money on Neymar, and the investment has not been recuperated. Of course, he has spent his entire time at Al Hilal up to this point rehabbing, and obviously, Al Hilal has to start getting frustrated with that, because that's a lot of money that they've spent not only to get him because they had to pay a transfer fee, but a lot of money that they're paying Neymar on his wages. Um, and and yeah, it's just sad. We hope we hope that this injury is just the cause of him, overdoing the whenever you suffer an injury, especially to the extent that Neymar suffered, you tend to put too much pressure, too much weight on other body parts in the surrounding areas, and other tendons or other muscles could go, specifically like a hamstring muscle. Um, just putting too much pressure on that, trying to overcompensate for that injury, and can lead to other injuries. We're hoping it's just something like that and something he can rehab back from, and he could get back to playing. But yeah, who knows? Of course, y'all know Neymar is my favorite player, and this is a vulnerable topic for me to talk about. But it seems like a player that is in decline. I still have hope, of course, but again, that's just someone being optimistic. You're looking at it from the outside. There's not really much, but who knows what the deal is. Mohamed Kudus, he has had his suspension extended to 5 games, and he has been fined for £60,000 after violent conduct he suffered. After violent conduct, he was convicted with in last month's Premier League defeat to Tottenham. Kudus, he was serving already a 3-match suspension, because when you suffer a red card, you get a 3-match suspension, and but since he was found guilty of violent conduct, this suspension is extended beyond these 3 games, and now he'll also miss the Newcastle United game on November 25th and the Arsenal game on November 30th. Kudus, he was actually a part of a very heated altercation between him and between players, between Tottenham and West Ham players in the 82nd minute, on a play where he fouled Van de Ven. Then Kudus which Kudus first pushed Van de Ven in the face, and then he also did that to Pape Matarsar. The referee actually gave Kudus initially a yellow, but then VAR stepped in. He did a check, and because of violent contact, it ended up being a red. And Kudus, he's a great, really good player, very, very important for West Ham, but can't do that. And his suspension has been extended. Some really sad news coming out of the Bayern Munich camp. So Bayern Munich got the 1-0 win over Benfica, but that loss is overshadowed by a tragedy. There was a death of a fan who actually attended the game, and Bayern, they said on early Thursday morning, said that they received the news that the fan died while he was being transported to the hospital. Bayern fans, they didn't sing or chant during the game out of respect for the person. So basically, Bayern Stadium, the atmosphere was very muted a few minutes after kickoff, when there was a medical emergency in the stands that required the attention of paramedic and police officers. The Bayern supporter club, Honor 12, actually said the members would not be supporting as usual today because of an emergency medical intervention. Life comes before sports. We wish the family and friends lots of strength. The Bayern supporters did not resume chanting even after the person was carried out on a stretcher after about half an hour. Bayern said in a statement, a medical emergency in the stands of the Allianz Arena cast a shadow over the game right from the start. Out of consideration, the Stuttgart refrained from its usual voice for support for the team, and the club also reduced its coverage of the match. Around an hour after the final whistle, the German record champions received the sad news that the fan has died on the way to the hospital. FC Bayern is in the mourning side by side with the fans' relatives. Obviously, that's really, really sad. You never want to see something like that, and we hope that we pay our respects to to all the relatives, to the friends, to the family, especially associated with the fan. And it's just a tragedy, and it's a pain to see things like this, of course. Thank you guys, though, for tuning into the GSMC Soccer Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show and leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. So thank you once again, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.